It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to talk with one of the newest members of the Hall of Fame Sports Network, a sports network that I created, Denny Lennon with Sports Stories with Denny Lennon. How are you doing today?
Awesome. Look at this, Brando. Peaches and Herb, baby. Reunited, me and Brando.
Yes,
We're going to do this, baby. Same network. Okay. Kill the music. Peaches and Herb. Did you ever heard of them before?
No, I haven't.
Now you have. That's our theme song for this special. Hey, it's nice to be on, and I'm stoked. So Brandon, I got put in some kind of Hall of Fame. That's awesome. I'm in the Catholic Youth Organization of Los Angeles Hall of Fame, so this makes two now.
That's so wonderful.
Yep. Tell me who else is in the Hall of Fame?
So the She Got Balls is in the Hall of Fame, along with the rookie contract is in the Hall of Fame, and along with what the puck. It's a podcast about hockey. They're in the Hall of Fame too, and those are the only members right now. As I'm trying to branch out, of course.
This is brilliant. I'll take it. I'll be in any Hall of Fame. I know that the logo it had Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, and who else?
And Todd Gurley.
And Todd Gurley in the Hall of Fame. I was hoping my picture could go in between MJ and Babe Ruth, because I'll just sit next to those guys on the bench. Cool. All right. So that's awesome. But I want to ask you something. Is that all right if I ask you something on your show? Okay. So here's the thing. I love watching your show. And I watched in particular the one where you had Sam Lagana on, right? The Rams stadium voice. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he was on it at the end. He said to you, you know, what your aspirations were. And one of the things he suggested you do is become like a reporter from North Carolina for Sports Stories with Denny Lennon. And I'm hoping you will do that. Will you be like a correspondent for SSDL?
Absolutely, I will.
Bam. Woo! So that's awesome, Brandon. We're going to come back with our live shows, which is where you would report on either in April or May. We're building a studio in Burbank. So we're going to come back with a 3-camera shoot. We're going to be able to bring in multiple correspondents, and you'll be like, should we call you the Tar Heel State correspondent or just the North Carolina correspondent? What do you think?
Tar Heel State correspondent sounds good.
It does. And there's such a great tradition of sports in North Carolina, in particular basketball. I know both me and you are basketball fans.
Yes, I am.
Oh, and that reminds me, Brandon, I have a bone to pick with you. You did a recent show that I watched about the best players that haven't won an NBA title. And you said Dwight Howard hadn't won one, and he was on my Lakers last year. And I was wondering if you were teasing me about my Lakers.
Yeah, I forgot that he was with the Lakers.
Okay. I just thought you were taking a shot at my Lakers there. Okay, we're good. All right. But I just want to set the record straight. Dwight Howard, he got a ring with my Lakers last year when we won our 17th.
Yeah, I forgot he was with the Lakers because at the time I recorded it, I was thinking when he was back home in Charlotte, he hasn't won one at Charlotte. So
no, he didn't win one in Charlotte.
There.
He did not win one in Charlotte. So I got to tell you another thing. I just watched last night. Who was is it Jamie Roots, the president of the Houston Texans?
Yes, Jamie Roots.
Whoa, dude. The Houston Texans are front page story with what Deshaun Watson said, and then they dismiss their GM and coach, and you got the resigning president from the organization on your show. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got him from LinkedIn, and we connected from LinkedIn, and then of course he said sure, and then I just had it to work in times and stuff, and he gave me only 2 days, and then once it happened, and I was waiting for him, I was like trying to figure out a little more information about him, and then that's when I knew that, before then, I didn't know that he resigned and stuff. So I was like,
dude, you scored. That's massive. Congrats, man. That's a really big pull.
Thank you.
Excellent. And that reminds me, man, because I heard you told me on the phone that Shelby Harris, the supposed edge rusher for the Denver Broncos turned you down. And I'm like, what if Shelby tries to get on a team where Roots goes and he's the president? He'll be like, nope, you turned down Brandon, so you can't come to our team.
Yep, Shelby turned me down because he said that I didn't have high enough views. I guess my views aren't high enough as yours are.
That's messed up. I don't know. You know what? Right now, I'm going to say this. SSDL has banned Shelby Jones from the show forever. That's how we get each other's back right there, Brandon. And matter of fact, you know what? I bet if I was at like left tackle playing for my Los Angeles Rams and Shelby tried to come off the edge, he wouldn't get by me.
Absolutely.
No. And he ain't getting on the show either. So there's that one. Boom. What else? Who else you got? You said you had somebody pretty good coming up next week.
Yes, I had a Jacksonville Jaguars come on this week, but his video will not, he's a public relations, but his will not be out until May, sometime in May. And then next week I have on another Jacksonville Jaguars, but he's works like in the media, like fan engagement, that kind of stuff. And I've also had a number of minor league GMs come on. Like Monday, I'm having another GM come on, but I've had the Nashville Sounds GM of Adam Noose come on, the Durham Bulls GM come on, and I've had a number of like minor league people come on.
There's a lot of podcasters and people that are doing this out there, Brandon. But when I went on your show and then I looked at your site, I realized just how hard you're working at it, that you outdistance everybody when it comes to doing this. Like you're doing 3, sometimes 5 a day, and you're banging them out. And and it's cool the way I think you interview, people who aren't big stars, like they might be the assistant softball coach or something like that. And then all the way up to like a president of an NFL franchise. It's awesome. You're getting after it. And that's why I like having you on the SSDL team and being part of your network too.
Yeah. So I get like people all over the world. Also, like I get some fan engagement people. I've got marketing. Like I had a girl from Winston-Salem come on, talk about branding and stuff like that. And that was a pretty good interview.
Did she want to talk about Brandon or branding?
Like branding, like
like I was saying, you're almost branding with Brandon by having her on. So that's good. That's a good play by you.
Like putting your logo, like I talked about like Brandon Sports Talk, how with my podcast and I'm branding that and stuff versus what a team does. Like let's say the Los Angeles Lakers, how they brand their merchandise and stuff like that.
And they should do a special branding episode where Dwight Howard comes on your show and gets his championship ring.
Definitely.
So Brandon, I heard that you might know you. Okay, one of the reasons that I'm really interested in having you on is because I'm a big fan of North Carolina when it comes to basketball. Like they have this great tradition, and you've been digging into a story out there, I understand, that has something to do with California, because I knew who Mikey Williams was. He's a terrific player down near the border in near the Mexican border called San Ysidro, was a high school he was at, but he left to go play in North Carolina.
Yes, so I've watched some of his footage and he's an excellent player, and I'm not surprised on how many offers he has.
And so he was at like a prep school in North Carolina, because I think he was out here. He's probably a junior in high school, if I'm not mistaken. And he left California because of COVID. We weren't, having any competition, but he went to a prep school in North Carolina, I think. Yeah,
it's called Lake Norman. It's a little ways from where I'm at. Like it's more in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Do you go to those part of town or Raleigh-Durham? Is that where you come from?
Not normally, because I live over in the Pikeville area. So I try to cover like Aycock, Eastern Wayne, Rosewood, Princeton, North Duplin, and Spring Creek, of course, Goldsboro High.
Something else I know about North Carolina was Mayberry is there. Does Mayberry High School have a good team?
I've heard they do. I've never seen them play.
We can catch him on reruns, maybe. So, Brandon, tell me about Mikey Williams.
Of course, he is a class of 2023 grad.
2023, okay.
And he has offers from Arizona. North Carolina Central is, of course, they've been talking to him a lot.
Yeah.
UCLA, Kansas, San Diego State, and Tennessee State.
It's North Carolina Central. They always step up. They're one of those smaller universities that seems to make the turning every once in a while. And then Tennessee State, that's an interesting one. But those other ones, they make sense. The big dogs, you know. But being out here in California, I happen to notice he was out here recently working out at Sierra Canyon High School.
That's pretty amazing.
I don't know. What's your thought? Is he coming back to California? Is he staying in North Carolina? What's he going to do?
I think he might come back to California if he's right now working out there. And I'm sure he's probably going to choose a school in California like San Diego State versus, of course, North Carolina Central.
That's where he's from. Yeah.
They're a D1 school, but they're not a very known D1 school, unlike San Diego State, who I've interviewed a few coaches from there. And at the time, I didn't know about them. But now that I've interviewed them, they're a pretty good, decent school.
Yeah. Yeah, they're known as a big party school, too. So I don't know if what his story is on that. But let's think about this, too. He comes back out of California. If he's out here right now, right, he could get a Brando special, a BrandoBurrito Margarito Special from Casablanca restaurant. Have you ever had a commercial made about you before?
No, I have not.
Did you like the commercial?
Yes, I did.
Right? Solid. Good promotion, don't you think?
Yes, it was very good promotion.
And you can be honest with me, okay? What did you think about Carlos's acting? I thought it was terrible.
It needed a little work, yes.
Actually, yeah. But you don't know. Like, he finished strong. He went from when he approached the table and he said, "I'll sponsor it." Not so good. But at the end, when he came up with the Brando special, that was pretty solid. Good improvement. Maybe a most improvement award.
Yes, very well.
Okay. So you got anything else? I was thinking the Brando commercial's pretty good. Because he said the orders are up. I talked to him before I came on the air. He said orders are through the roof. Like, they're getting them all kinds in the kitchen. So they even had to hire somebody extra to help them pump out the BrandoBurrito Margarito specials.
That's pretty amazing.
You're coast to coast.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. All right. Okay. So we've announced I'm in the Hall of Fame, part of your network. You're going to be an SSDL correspondent. We're going to call you the Tar Heel State correspondent. Shelby Harris, he's out. And that you broke the Mikey Williams story.
Yep.
That's some work right there. And I'll tell you, that just comes from hard work. That's what you do. So we're both working. We're both empiring. I learned that from you. You asked me about building my empire. And ever since that, we are always like #empiring. And that fires all of my team up on this side of town, on this side of the country, because that just means we keep building and we keep working and keep building. And this is part of it.
That's so exciting that I inspired y'all.
Heck yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. All right. Appreciate what you do, Brandon. Anything else, or, it's your show. So if you want to talk about something else, shoot.
What do you think about, of course, have you heard of the Wayne Country Day player going to Columbia?
So
Jalen Cooper.
I don't think I have. Where's Wayne Country Day? What part is that in your area?
Yes, it's like 5 minutes from my house.
Wow, and he's going to play basketball at Columbia?
Mm-hmm. He's playing basketball for Columbia. He's already committed his junior year, and he's playing his senior year right now. And he's dunked I think 5 dunks in his junior year. And of course, their senior year is wrapping up right now. I think they just lost the second round of the playoffs, or they might be playing in the third round this weekend.
Nice. I envy you because you get to follow the high school playoffs in your state. and we don't, and we barely are getting back to doing any kind of after school activity, any kind of CIF, which is our governing body. We're just getting back to being able to do anything out here. And so they're like ramping up. They're trying to like get 10 days of practice in so they can play some football, and it's a mess. And
yeah,
so I envy that you get to follow that.
We're actually starting football today. I'm not going to be able to go to a game today because I have other prior engagements, but starting this week is football season.
Yeah, it's a different type of year. All right, that's good breaking news on Wayne Country Day. Solid.
Is there any other breaking news out in the California area?
This is big because we kept doing this big promotion, 6 days till I'll be on Brandon show, right? So this is a big story out this way. Even like Eric Sondheimer from the LA Times, I'm sure he knows about it. And then, I got another one. I did a poll because we're doing a video podcast special out here about the Olympics, because it was 40 years ago yesterday that, or 2 days ago, that the USA ice hockey team beat the Russians. And so that was our theme for our video podcast we released on Thursdays, was Olympic miracles. And in conjunction with that, I did a poll on Twitter that who had a better call at the Olympic Games, Al Michaels saying, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. Or Randy Rosenblum, when the USA rowing team finally took the gold and he said, "The drought is over." And they tied, a dead tie after many, many votes, 50%. So that's big news out here. Randy tied Al Michaels.
That's amazing, because I did see that poll.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you vote?
Yes, I did.
Who'd you
I
vote
voted
for?
for Randy.
Yeah. I didn't mean to sound biased there, but I'm a big Randy Rosenblum fan.
Yeah,
you should reach out to him because I know from my show so far you've had Jeff Pearlman, the author. Mm-hmm. You've had Sam Lagana, Eric Helwig, the comedian. Yep. He was very good on your show. He was funny, and then you should reach out to Randy. Randy will do it.
I will definitely reach out to Randy.
He's a Hall of Famer out our way, City Section Hall of Fame.
I will definitely reach out to him.
Kind of like me now. I'm in 2 Hall of Fames now.
Yes.
I didn't think I'd ever be in a Hall of Fame with Michael Jordan and Babe Ruth, but now I am.
Yep. I never thought I would make a Hall of Fame with Michael Jordan and Babe Ruth.
Look at what your little bit of elbow grease can get done. That's it, baby. We just put the work in. Cool. All right, Brandon. Anything else I should know, or anything else you want me to answer?
Nope. Is there anything else on your end?
Well, like I said, maybe in April or May is when we'll be coming back out on live shows. We'll just see how the permits go for the building of our studio out there. And you'll be on my very first show when we come back live on Wednesdays. I
can't wait.
I'll bet it. All right. Thank you. And then, Brandon, we're going to, as we discussed, we're going to take the footage and we're going to put it back out on Sports Stories so that you hopefully get even more people coming over. And then at some point, Shelby Jones himself is going to knock on your door. He's like, "Please let me on your show." Don't do it.
Don't let him on. Definitely won't.
I won't either. All right. So
where can my listeners find you at on social media and your podcasts?
So it's Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is the name. It's easily searched, but also we go with SSDL. So youtube.com, SSDL, and I'm Sports Stories DL on Twitter. And that's my handle for other social medias. So that's where they can find us.
Thank you again, Denny, for this reunitement. It was very good. And can't wait to see what you hold for the future.
Same with you, Brando. We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Peaches and herbs. We're so united, 'cause we're reunited. Hey, hey. Woo! Got it done, Brando.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.